Okay, let's start doing this now. I love improvising, so let me just open up the text file I have here, script.txt. So, let's get into it. Multiplayer games are controversial, to say the least, in this day and age. You often hear common complaints that they're too sweaty, they're toxic, they're stressful. Other complaints say that they're low effort. Cash grabs used to push microtransactions that they aren't even products anymore, rather than the consumer is the product in that case. And there are various controversies, and anywhere you go online, you can probably see people complain about multiplayer games. And that, I'm not sure if my mic caught it, was lovely traffic outside. I'm on a bit of a different recording setup now. So, all's to say that people are complaining about multiplayer games. There's a bit of a quote unquote, I guess, a movement. People noticing these types of things. People are like, fine, I don't need to play multiplayer games. Single player games are good enough. And um, I should have put air quotes there because I don't exactly have evidence to back this up. It's just something that I see here and there. So, you know, I thought to myself, why don't I try this at some point? It can't be that bad, right? Probably is going to be a good thing. And, with the fact that I started up this channel again recently, I can kind of document it. This would be interesting, like an experiment to do, right? And I have a giant backlog I need to deal with anyways, my bad. This commentary is going to be a bit scuffed because I'm just sitting in a random room with my laptop and mic, so it's going to be a bit strange. Uh, but yeah, my goal here is to just try something different because ever since I first had Xbox Live, bro, it's been kind of like a crack addiction. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just like a multiplayer, focused, oriented type person. And I don't know. I don't feel like that's what games should be about, right? And I feel like many people can relate to this, right? That once you start playing multiplayer games, it kind of ruins everything else for you. You're just putting all your time into that instead of, like I said, we might have giant backlogs, bro. I have plenty of games that are in my backlogs, dozens if not close to 100 at this point, that I actually need to play. So yeah, but at the same time, there is always that bit of hesitation nagging at you. Is it worth it, right? Should I do this? And for me, the reasons I want to do this is, it's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a social experiment, and I can get some content out of this. And what I mean by social experiment is I challenge you, the viewer, to try this out, right? Go ahead. Let's not play multiplayer games for a bit and see if it makes any difference. And I know that I'm sacrificing, that potential fun. You're missing out, FOMO, and that might be an issue of multiplayer games inherently. The biggest thing about them, the FOMO, right? Because the challenge is I probably haven't laid it out properly in the concrete, and I just dropped my adapter thingy. But anyways, I didn't lay it out properly. But the challenge is that I won't play multiplayer games during March and Man, come up with some crazy naming convention or scheme to make that sound cool. But um, yeah, but with that comes a bit of FOMO because this for content that's probably not going to perform that well. I don't know. It's probably not going to perform well. If not, well then, old me is dumb. But we'll have to see about that. And about missing out on fun, right? Just around the corner, there's a new Rainbow Six season. I almost said Legion with an S at the front. See, that's a problem. But Rainbow Six season, and I've been kind of getting into it. Not gonna lie, so that's something I'm gonna have to miss out. And there's a Splitgate 2 alpha coming at the end of the month, and I mentioned Splitgate 2 in my last video, and I want to make a video about Splitgate, so that leaves me very little time. I think I have about 2 days to get that instead of the whole alpha to get all the footage and whatever. So I'm gonna have to do that quickly, right? It's gonna make me press for time. And just not being able to play with others, bro, like the whole interaction thing about it, because it's not just competitive multiplayer games, which you do get a bit of interaction out of that, but just co-op games in general. Like if I want to play on a Minecraft server, or just like play some fun co-op game, you can't do that. Or maybe I'll have to see, but The way it seems right now is I'm defining it as all multiplayer. Maybe I'll find it in my heart to include co-op multiplayer as safe, just say no competitive multiplayer, PvP, but everything else is fine. We'll have to see, but I think I'm going to go for a more purist approach to it. And yeah, doing it for the experience, I guess. And I have to figure out how I'm gonna structure, and like I said, I don't want it to be as chaotic as this commentary right now. It's just me randomly spewing shit out, but I'm gonna have to figure out what type of videos I'm gonna make out of this. Is it gonna be a blog? Is it gonna be like a highlight reel? How I should edit these videos and how I should approach the backlog I've mentioned earlier. And I'm very curious to see what the end result is. And speaking about editing, the editing on this video is going to be pretty light. I'm just doing this in one take. I'm going to have to learn how to get better at live commentary. What I wanted to do was I wanted to go into Premiere Pro and use the voiceover setting. Like, you can just do it in the track live, but, I'm not on my computer right now, my Windows machine. I'm at my Linux laptop. Yes, I use Arch, by the way. But yeah, that's just something just to tinker around and have fun with and try to learn something. But so I can't use Premiere Pro on that, obviously, So, and it's not like I'm commentating over specific gameplay that would make sense and would benefit from that. So it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna edit it on Adobe. I just gotta get the sound files off this laptop, which I'm recording on right now. And yeah, once again I challenge the viewer to try and do this. Like I said, you don't have to do it for the whole month, but just for a little bit. You don't have to commit. I'm just committing for the sake of content. It would be cool to do this. And yeah, what else do I have to say? I kind of did this out of order because I was really worried that I have to fit everything in 9 minutes. I'm looking over the notes I had written here. Like I said, it's not that structured and organized. I wasn't expecting it to be. Yada yada yada. The first month of this during March might be a bit slow because, personal reasons, just like I can't really commit. And when I split my time up between playing the backlog and editing videos, given the fact that I'll probably have less time to do both in March specifically, it'll be a bit complicated. But so it might be a bit light on content, but I think May should move a little faster. And I might put out more videos other than that, just the series that I'm going on, Miss Multiplayer, I don't know what to call it. I'd probably call this video To Multiplayer, Not the Multiplayer, whatever witty, half-assed title I could come up with. But yeah. Oh, I don't need a blank right now. So I'm probably gonna trim this bit out. So if there's a random cut, that's my fault. Once again, I do challenge the viewer to just try this. This is the third time I'm saying this, but really, I hope I can inspire you to try something else. And I don't have much else to say. I'm kind of blanking right now. I just woke up and wanted to get this done, so probably not the best quality, whatever. I'll try and fix it, but yeah. Last thing I gotta say is I'm blanking on something still. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's gonna be more videos than just this series. I'm going to like, I know that Splitgate video is gonna come out and yada yada yada. I'll come up with other video ideas in the meanwhile. And I also have a bunch that I came up with a while ago that I never got around to, which I can do. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a good time for me making content in general. So. And if you enjoy the style of editing, if you think light editing is fine, let me know. If you're interested in just seeing how this sort of challenge unravels, please, you feel free to subscribe with the bell on, so whenever I do put out a new quote-unquote episode, you will see it. And if you want to try it, be my guest. Fourth time now I'm saying this, so yeah. Until next time, I'll see you.